Hey, what's up? I'm here at the Cranberries. I got Dolores and Noel. Guys, how are you? And girls?
Good. How are you, Michael?
I'm pretty good. Noel?
Good, good. Yeah.
So, I guess right away, first question would be, how good does it feel to have the record complete and ready to be released?
Feels great, actually. Really positive feeling, and we're just this is our last day of press, and that we did about 6 weeks, so we're really pumped, and we're actually starting performances now. We're going to New Zealand in about a week, and we're starting to actually do gigs. So we're excited about playing the new material.
How's that going? Because I know, is that weird when you're in a band? I know that you have those moments where you're playing new songs to the crowd, and do you notice people just listening and sort of, when they hear it for the first time, what's that like? How are those songs going over?
It's always cool. Like for us, it keeps it interesting, and you find as well that the kind of after you play it once, maybe, and without any album or anything, these days it's up on YouTube like 2 minutes later. So the next time you play it, everybody knows it already. It's just the way it is now. So it's cool. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the record. It's Roses, the title track, Roses. Is that at all affected by you living in Canada?
No, not that actual one at all. No, because no.
Winter's cold.
No, because well, that phrase is actually poignant. That is true. Yeah, the winter is really cold here. That actually did come from that.
Did it? Okay, yeah. I heard it and I wondered. And what can you just tell us about that song specifically? Anything you can tell us about it?
Well, Noel had pretty much the bed track pretty much written and produced the music part, and I just laid a vocal on it, and Ferg came in and played some brushes, and Mike actually put a bass line on it. But the whole track was pretty much done, and Noel sent it to me, and my dad was sick. He had cancer for 6.5 years, and he died in November. And so I wrote it very quickly one night last May, and I kind of felt he wouldn't make it into this year, but I suppose the light at the end of the tunnel is that he's not sick now, and I feel like I can move on now, and well, you just feel like it's closure when you watch somebody you love being sick and they move on. So it's a very strong song. It's very poignant. It's something that you only go through once in your life. So yeah, it's very, very sentimental and close to my heart. Yeah.
Are you okay putting that kind of stuff out there like that? To mass amounts of people?
Why not? It's life. Everybody goes through it.
Do you feel? I know it's a standard question, but is it cathartic in that sense? I can't write music, so if I'm going through something, I don't have that outlet. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
Yeah, for me, it's totally therapeutic, and that's one of the great things about being able to write lyrics. Is I find it therapeutic, but I find it doesn't just heal me, but it also heals others, because we're all kind of on a similar journey. We go through similar things. The only other song that for me was so emotionally raw was No Need to Argue, and I didn't perform that one live very much because it was kind of a bad time and a bad experience. But with this one, I actually sing it and I find it very healing. And yeah, that's it. It's about healing and healing others and healing yourself.
And now, Noel, is it true that a lot of the music was written back in 2004? Is that correct?
No, there's 3 of the songs in the album that we went in to record in 2003 for what was planned, an album, 6th album at that time. But we weren't really feeling it, we thought it ain't gonna really work now. So we just put those on, filed them away, and then dug them out when we were doing the album. But around, I guess 2005, 2006, Dolores and I started to kind of send each other ideas of tracks again. And it wasn't for a Cranberries album at that time. We were just kind of writing because we like writing together. Yeah. So it wasn't until we did the reunion tour really that we sat down and went, we've got a whole bunch of songs here that no one's ever heard. And we said, look, let's go into the studio. Let's, do them properly, finish them, and see what happens. And that's how the album came about, really.
How good does it feel to be playing together again? I remember you came in when the band first got back together, and you were just mentioning how everybody has kids, and it's really cool to sort of have the family back together. And I just wonder, now that you did the reunion tour, how's it feeling again to be playing again together?
No, it's great to be playing new material. I think we really needed this outlet,
Yeah.
So, because we were doing the old hits for eons, and we just really needed some new material. It's really great to be playing new songs.
Well, can you tell us about the song Tomorrow? Because that's another I guess it's going to be the single, or one of the singles. A lot of people have heard that song, and I know that I read something about it being, I guess, about maybe the younger generation, and certain things aren't really. When you get older, you realize that certain problems aren't really problems.
Yeah, totally. Like you kind of summed it up there pretty good, you know. Yeah, young people worry about, stuff that they shouldn't really worry about. But, trying to put an old head on young shoulders, it ain't going to happen. And, you try to advise, teenagers or whatever. But, they're not going to listen. Life, I suppose people have to learn. But at the same token, it's like, there is a truth in the fact that when you rise up in the morning that, you should really live each day like it's your last day and just celebrate life and celebrate your health and just be happy and don't get depressed over stupid things that you can't really change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or your Facebook status, because you can change that.
Yeah, I mean, anything like
Stupid.
even the whole like global recession and all these people are going nuts about and stressing about stuff that, like, at the end of the day, like, once you're healthy and stuff and you got food and you got a roof over your head, that's really important, to be sane and to be healthy.
How much of the album is about relationships? Because I know is that a theme that does run through the record?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots about relationships and, just about life, about people, about, going through life and just looking at things. It's a philosophical record, that's for sure.
I have to ask, this is just a random sort of curious question, but with your time in the music scene, I've wondered if you guys have ever crossed paths with Shane MacGowan in your time.
Yeah, we have actually. We bumped into him a fair few times.
Top of the Pops was the first time I remember he did it, and he had Johnny Depp on guitar, which was a bizarre combination. But yeah, we've met him on and off over the years. Festivals and things like that, you end up meeting all these kind of people.
What's the music scene like in Ireland these days? Because I feel like there's tons of great bands. There's Adabeezy Shank, there's Friends of Emmett. There's tons of bands that I know that just seem to be. I just feel like there's more music coming out of Ireland these days. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's one of the upsides of recession is that you can't get a job, so you start a band. It was like that in the 80s, I think, when people didn't have anything else to do. So because of that, it's kind of bred all these new bands and they've all got something to say as well now.
Well, I mean, hard times, again, a cliche, but make for good music.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, I'm curious about Zombie and what it was like when you guys first released that song there in Ireland. Did it have an impact at all? I mean, aside from sales and all that music industry stuff, did it actually have an effect at all in the country?
We were on tour. We don't know. We were just
got the hell out of there.
No, we were actually just doing PR and playing. We weren't in Ireland. We were on a global tour, so we weren't there. We actually left Ireland in 1990, and we went back occasionally. I mean, I even missed a Christmas. Yeah, so we were working really, really hard. When you get that big, the reason you get that big is because you're just working all the time. So we weren't there when it came out, so I don't know what the perception was from our.
We were probably in Asia or somewhere like that, or
Actually, I think we were in Asia or Australia, because it was you're actually right. It was 96, and we were in Australia.
Yeah.
That was when I broke my knee, or messed up my knee again. Yeah.
It's one of the first cassettes I ever owned. If people remember cassettes. I just wonder though, like playing that song over there. Let's say you're in Dublin or you're in Belfast. Is that heavy? Is that a heavy moment at all?
I've never been in that situation, so I don't know, to be honest. Yeah.
Wow. You guys haven't played it?
Oh yeah, we did actually play it, didn't we? In Northern
played it,
Ireland.
but people just get into it, like they just
Same as anywhere.
like
They
any
sing
other
along,
song,
Yeah.
they just go for it. Like at a gig, it's not that environment where people are out with banners and making statements. It's just people are there to kind of forget about all that kind of stuff. You just wanted a bit of an escape for an hour or two. So as long as people like the song, we'll play it.
And this is my last question. I know you live in Ontario, so does that make you a Maple Leafs fan? Are you a hockey fan?
Well, I like the Maple Leafs, I like the Bruins, and I like, what's the other crowd again over there? The Montreal crowd.
That's a bad word after saying the Maple Leafs and the Bruins.
I know, but I think they're all great. They're all lovely.
It's a lovely city.
Sure, they're all lovely boys, God bless them.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.